So first of all, watching the movie last night, so I see it as a feel-good, crowd-pleasing tearjerker.
Yeah. Boy, you nailed it right there.
Check,
Interview's
check,
over.
check.
Thank you very much.
But the movie it is a feel-good movie. It's a sweet, it's adorable, it's irresistible. It's a tearjerker, and when I say it's a tearjerker, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Like, it's tearjerker for the right reasons. Why do you agree with that?
Well, because the dogs dog dies, but the dog comes back. There's a reincarnation involved here, and it's the same dog that comes back in a different body, which is a very interesting idea because, it's the spirit of dogs. That's why we love dogs and why we have dogs all our life, because they do for us those very same things. They fill that spot.
Hi, Gloria.
It's good to see you.
Ethan and Hannah, finally! Well, hello. Who is this? Hello? Ethan, it's me, Bailey. I'm a girl now.
It's a surprise, Gloria.
Look, Ethan, look.
We wanted to see you. We want to see CJ.
Well, we don't want to see you, which is why I have
Ethan, it's me, Bailey. Can't you tell it's me?
Is that you, Bus Dog?
It's me, it's me.
Yeah, and I think when you say it's a tearjerker, I do think that some people go to movies to have a good cry, and I think this is a good cry. It's not something where you're going to go home and be your shoulders slumped and, go to bed. I think people will walk out of the theater just, maybe dabbing away the tears, but say, "Oh, that was so great. I want to tell my friends and relatives and et cetera, et cetera."
Yeah.
And it is life-affirming film.
It
I
is
took
a
my two
life-affirming
11-year-olds to just a
is a
screening with
great
just
story.
them. They're 11. I have a boy-girl twins, and my 11-year-old boy is watching the movie. About a third of the way, he's just transfixed. He goes, unsolicited, "I love this movie."
Oh, there you
I
go.
was like,
Isn't that
wow.
sweet?
It's because you're in it.
yeah,
It's just the sweetest. I just love that.
yeah, it was so great.
The other
Best
thing
review
is,
I ever got.
Yeah.
the other thing about this film, it's a love story, but it's multiple love stories on different levels. Love story between the dog and the parent.
Our
and,
love story. That's-
your love
that
story, the
continues.
kid's love story. Like, there's so many love stories going on in this movie.
Well, that's what dogs are. They're when you have dogs, you've really hit on it. It's really a love story, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, because you have that little puppy love period that you go through with them, and you go through every era of
and
life.
downs
Yeah.
They're the constant.
I've always believed this, and I feel like the movie reaffirmed that, really reinforced this, that dogs sense the good in people immediately. Like, they sense, like Brian Wilson wrote Good Vibrations because of the vibrations that people give off to dogs, and dogs respond to that. And this movie really reinforces that. Like, what is it about dogs and people that they just have these really, really special relationships as a dog lover?
Well, dogs can smell pheromones. They smell things coming off of it. And see, even in the film about smelling disease, which is a real scientific thing, and they can feel things and smell things and see things that we don't see. There's a different frequency that they're
exactly.
in on.
Very, 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 very sensitive. I remember a couple of times when I've ever had, one time I went to I had a shamanistic sort of treatment, and this woman had two little dogs, and they were, when I arrived, yap, 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 and I had this little treatment where, I don't know, she went into some kind of trance or something, and I leave, and the dogs were so chill and approached me so with open arms, and it happened other times coming out of a meditation session. I've been around dogs that originally are not necessarily they don't like me or anything, but how some dogs take a while to warm up to. But they do. They have a much deeper kind of a extraterrestrial kind of kind of I don't know, sixth sense that we
dogs
don't have.
They're so social. I mean, naturally social because of living in packs, and they'll feed each other. They give affection to each other. They have so many human traits naturally, and I think we learned a lot of things from dogs actually going back into thousands of years ago. I think they taught us how to hunt. They taught us. They certainly helped us survive. The human race may not even be here if it weren't for dogs.